Chapter 1 of the Tao Te Ching, Tao Can, Tao Non, Eternal Tao. From the perspective of the Tao, what is right in some situations may be wrong in others. There is no absolute right or wrong. This is a constant and natural law that the division between right and wrong has no fixed standard, and it should be reasonably adjusted according to actual situations, varying from person to person, from case to case, from time to time, and from place to place. The criteria for judging whether the approach to a matter is right or wrong is based on the actual situation and whether it is reasonable and appropriate, without being constrained by knowledge and beliefs. An approach that is reasonable and appropriate under the mem senses is considered right at that time, while one that is not is considered wrong. One should make reasonable choices accordingly. For instance, if we are presented with two health preservation methods, one recommended by a well-known expert and the other by an ordinary person, after personally experiencing both, we find that the second method makes our body feel extremely comfortable. In this case, we should choose the second method. We should not stubbornly adhere to the notion that methods recommended by experts are always the best, and mistakenly select the first one. As time goes by, one's constitution may change, making the second approach unsuitable but the first highly suitable. This applies to all aspects of our life, including how we conduct ourselves, work, and live. We should choose reasonable methods based on actual situations. When circumstances change, so should our ways of doing things. Name can, name noun, and common name. The definition and naming of things are not fixed. The constant name here refers to defining and naming things based on their unique properties and functions. When the unique properties and functions of a thing change, its definition and naming should also change accordingly. It can also be understood as not casually defining or labeling people or things, and not allowing oneself to be limited by superficial definitions and namings of people or things. For example, arsenic when used alone is toxic and thus called a poison. However, when combined with certain medicinal herbs, it can treat some diseases and is then termed a remedy. Nothingness is the beginning of heaven and earth's existence is the mother of all things. The origin is the beginning, the source. The source of heaven and earth is nothingness, which can also be understood as the initial, chaotic energy that existed before the formation of the universe, creating the world out of nothingness, or in other words, making something out of nothing. Existence is called the mother of all things, referring to heaven and earth, which have created and sustained all creatures, making them the mother of the world. The invisible cosmic energy gave birth to heaven and heaven and earth in turn gave birth to all things in the world. In other words, this invisible cosmic energy created all the tangible things in the universe. The concept of non-being and being coexist, just as the principles of yin and yang coexist in the I Ching. Therefore, often one uses nothingness to observe its subtlety. Often one uses existence to observe its superficies. The visible surface phenomenon of a thing is determined by its deep-level invisible energy state. The surface phenomenon is the effect, while the deep-level energy state is the cause. When observing the visible surface phenomenon of a thing, one should reflect on what its deep-level invisible energy state is like. For example, the people, events, and things we encounter externally are all determined by our internal energy state. If our inner self is abundant and content, our external world will also be abundant and fulfilling. If our inner self is lacking and fearful, our external world will also be scarce and deficient. Only by maintaining a relaxed and peaceful high-frequency state within oneself, only external factors can reveal high-frequency good people and things. Because of resonance at the same frequency, they attract each other. These two have the same nature, but their names are different. They are both called mystery and mystery, the gates of all wonders. The concept of being and non-being are two sides of the same coin, coexisting simultaneously, merely differing in name. The tangible surface phenomena of people, events, and objects are determined by this deep-seated, invisible state of energy, which is the mystery of it all. We often only see the surface phenomena of people, events, and things, and strive to seek externally, not realizing that these tangible surface phenomena are determined by the deep, invisible energy states. When we observe the surface phenomena of people, events, or things, we should reflect on their underlying energy states and make appropriate adjustments and improvements. By understanding the deep-level energy state of people, events, or things, we can discern their surface phenomena. This is the principle underlying the existence, generation, transformation, and development of all things in the world.